Hello all you baby bats and bad witches, it's Marilyn, and for this video I'm going to be doing sort of a bimbo look, obviously, but this is mainly just going to be a video update since my last video was kind of dropped out of the blue. I had been working on that actually since December, so it did take me a while to get the effort to upload it, and I'll be discussing why in this video and kind of give you an update of what I was doing and give you some details of my life during that time when I wasn't on here. For this new year, one of my goals is definitely to open up a lot more on my channel because I do find that it's hard for me to not take this so seriously because I get the most fulfillment when I create these videos because I just do all of this myself and have had to learn through just trial and error and out of watching YouTube videos. I am really grateful that you are watching this right now and continue to keep up with me. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the description box and you can follow me on all of my other social media as well that I update a little bit more frequently. And please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Let's get started. I added a very thin layer of foundation just to even everything out, and next I'm going to do my eyebrows. I've been loving a super skinny brow, especially since I've gone ahead and shaven off my brows again. I'm just going to go ahead and list all of the products that I use in the description, so if you'd like to know, or you can also always find my product details on Instagram on my photo posts of the makeups that I do. On the makeup that I do. I'm just doing a smoky, like pink cut crease eye. Lately I've been going for more of just a hot smoky eye look. So we're gonna go from potato to bimbo, full paint glam. This is gonna be inspired by Alexa Demi. I love every single makeup look that she ever has worn, and I'm pretty sure I did like a Euphoria inspired eyeliner before. I have never watched the show. I mean, I tried to watch it like the first episode and I wasn't really into it, so maybe I'll give it another chance. My lines were kind of wobbly and not that dark, so I'm just going to pass over all the little wobbles to straighten them out and then clean up with concealer. So I mainly wanted to come on here and update you guys because I know before my last video that I posted, I was pretty much gone since Halloween time, and even then I didn't upload too many looks. A lot of the stuff that I do on here is primarily makeup reviews. I know a lot of creators come on here and use YouTube as like a sort of escapism. I definitely do as a viewer, but when it comes to my videos, to me it's honestly about my creativity and my art. I hope that doesn't sound like pretentious or something, but it's true. I'm not a very tech savvy kind of person, so it takes a lot of effort from me to go in and edit a video and have to listen to myself like over and over again to get everything right. Everything I do is pretty much self-taught. I've never taken any sort of computer classes for videography, so especially during these times it's been really hard to stay motivated, but most importantly creative, because I think I was honestly not inspired by any of the makeup releases. Oh, right now I'm in the process of putting together a giveaway just for my Instagram and TikTok hitting 5K, which I'm really excited about. But it really made me notice like the products that I use are not just like in Sephora or Ulta. Like, I love a lot of indie makeup, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm very selective about the brands I support. I noticed like even a lot of the people behind these like indie brands were struggling, not only business-wise with like obviously all of the packaging and types of imports and exports that they're dealing with, getting stuff pushed back, but also mental health wise, and I definitely felt that. I don't think I could ever come on here and pretend to just be like, I know a lot of people have been struggling with mental health and stuff during this time, so that really affected my creativity as well. So that's the extent that I'm going to be sitting here and giving you excuses, I guess, which I think are really valid, not only for me, but for other creators I've noticed too. Maybe they don't talk about it, but like, we're not putting out as much as before, and I think I've seen a lot of people say pretty similar things as well. But honestly, it hasn't been all that bad. I have been making an effort to take as many opportunities as I can, still put myself out there. And honestly, a lot of wonderful things have happened for me. How I mentioned before, I just hit 5K on my other platforms. So one of my goals for this year is to bring my YouTube up to that. But it really does take the most work. So I really appreciate you all for sticking around and even just watching this or any video of mine that you have. Of course, as soon as I have all the details for the giveaway that I'm planning, I'll make sure to update you guys on here too. Of course, I forgot to turn on my microphone, but I just had gotten started on my eyes. So I'm going to be using the Love of Sin palette and all of these pinky hues here at the bottom. Once I was like all vaccinated, one of the first things that I did was to see this performer called Glam. And actually, I'm wearing the same thing. You can't really see it. I'll show you at the end. It was at this Creepy Gals exhibit. I remember being one of the first ones in line. And by the time I left the event, there was a line out around the corner of people trying to get in. It was at this really small art gallery, so I mean, I could understand, especially with all the guidelines. I was super lucky to even make it in there. After being locked in the house for so long, it was a really amazing change of pace to see all the beautiful artwork. And it was really inspiring, so that whole love core kind of aesthetic with the pink and red is my favorite. Although I wouldn't really say I'm like a pink kind of person, as I do this pink makeup. I relate it more to like the whole bimbo thing. Also, I remember like seeing some videos floating around on TikTok of people taking photos in front of the Helena Church. I had already planned to go and take photos, and I did actually make like a little video and got ready just to go take photos in front of it. And pretty soon after, they had announced that there was going to be an event there with some vendors, and that was another night that was so amazing. I got to go with my sister, and we had kind of like a family photo shoot there by a photographer that I had recently met at another spooky vendor event. Her name is Christina Grimm. She shoots for like a lot of indie companies and does her own photography at events and weddings, and it's just super talented. So that day was super fun. We also went to the Stranger Things like drive-through experience. They had like the big finale artsy fartsy kind of performance art 80s thing, which I felt like I was at a drag drive-in show or something. That's the one thing I haven't done during all of this. Quite regrettably, I have not been to any drive-in drag events, but that was definitely what was being served that night. And I think they also did another Stranger Things pop-up recently as well, but it was more of like a store. And actually, that event at the Helena Church, I went to a second time. I think they've only done it twice so far, so if that's something that you're interested, I would definitely keep an eye out for it. And actually, now I'm remembering that photographer that I shot with at the Helena Church. I had shot with her once before too. She had seen me at another vendor pop-up. It was held across the street from Disneyland. I'm not sure what that area is called. And it was so funny because I literally got asked to model while I was wearing a mask, so all they saw was like a sparkly blue glitter eye. I didn't even have anything fancy on. I think it was my makeup and my hair probably. I had it done for once that day. And so I was completely shocked and laughing because they didn't see my nose or the bottom half of my face. All they saw was my eyes with the mask on. I would have never imagined myself as a model or even it happening in that way. And I ended up getting to model for Glad Racket, and they do like horror and Disney themed designs. I always see people walking around with them in the park, and I do believe Christina does like sessions. I felt really comfortable there with her. So that's another thing that happened. I just cleaned up my eye real quick and I'm gonna add some liner. The other brands that I got to model for, it was Love Paint and Stitches. If you've seen like those like little pumpkin bags, they have a cult following, so I was definitely not expecting that the day that I showed up. I literally put like a tablecloth or like poncho over my bra in the photos that I did for them. That is something that I would wear. I don't know if modeling is for me, but I will always cherish that moment just for the way that it happened and kind of pushed myself out of my comfort zone. I'm just gonna add another line here in the bottom and on the side. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm just gonna clean everything up, smoke it out, and add Siren eyelashes by Glam Goth Beauty. So here is my final lashes and liner application. This would look really cute if you put this glitter here everywhere. I think I'll just add a little bit. During this time, I've been trying to be a better communicator. I hate texting and being on my phone a lot, which is weird because I always have to be doing my editing on there and stuff. My daily user time is very embarrassing, but I'm really happy with all like the friends that I've made through doing my social media and also by like the little shows that I've been going to. And speaking of shows, I guess with this coming year I'm gonna be one of the festival girlies because hopefully if everything goes well I will be attending Cruel World. It's basically like a West Coast version of like Wave Gothic Treffin, which I've always dreamed of going to ever since I was watching YouTube videos of people going when I was in high school. So this is more of like a dark wave and death rock style of festival, which is a lot more my style, but I've still always wanted to go to Europe to experience those festivals, so just the fact that I get to go to it here was already exciting to me enough. And then I was able to also score tickets to go to When We Were Young, which is going to be back home in Vegas. I have actually never seen Paramore before, so even though My Chemical Romance and Motionless in White and AFI are going to be playing, I've seen them all before, and I'm going to be seeing My Chemical Romance I think the week before that festival anyway. So since I've never seen Paramore, with the price of that festival as well, honestly it's just worth it for me to go for them. The title of When We Were Young definitely fits me for this festival because back home when I was growing up, the festival we had there in Vegas was called Extreme Thing, and I've pretty much seen all those bands that are on the bill for the festival. I'm mainly going to be treating it as a day for healing my inner child. I'm just looking forward to dressing up and hanging out and waiting till the nighttime to see Paramore. I forgot to mention the bands that I'm looking forward to at Cruel World. I have never dreamed of ever being able to see London After Midnight. That's one of the bands that I first really got into when I was discovering goth music. The singer Sean is somebody that is really underrated in the scene and like a really good role model, I think anyway. And I never would have thought I would be able to see Bauhaus. So with those two as well, like that's completely worth it to me. I'm planning to make a custom outfit for that. That's one of the things that really excites me too for the festival, is to see what the fashion is going to be like. At festivals like Mera Luna and Wave Gothic Treffin, it's kind of a melting pot of all different types of goth styles. I hope Cruel World isn't just like another Coachella. I really hope people will like dress up in extravagant garments. I am definitely planning on creating a lot more DIY content too here on my channel. I got a sewing machine during lockdown, and although I can't really make anything from scratch, I love DIY, so I plan to do kind of like a whole vlog process, hopefully, for those days especially, of creating my outfit from the beginning to the makeup I wear, so hopefully it all works out. I really want to push myself outside of my normal content. I'm not really into highlighter, so I'm just going to skip that and go straight to the lips. I'll be using a dark brown lip liner and the Bratz Revolution Chloe gloss. And I'll also be adding a little bit of my blush on the center. And this is the completed look. Thank you so much for watching me update you guys. This is the first time I've ever done a video like this, so hopefully I wasn't too rambly. And if you want a closer look at this makeup, I'll make sure to post a tutorial up on TikTok and Instagram as well. You can follow me on there at Marilyn Mugby for all the product details, and make sure to follow me over on Twitter as well. In the comments, make sure to let me know what other kind of videos you'd like to see from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!